Oh shit. Here we go again.
Wonderful!
Huh?
Like this. She orders right with your bitch. If a shy ain't know it don't miss. Deep range, my shackle switch. We riding now, windows riding through your town.
What's good, my Division community? Welcome back to another Tom Clancy Division 2 build video, and we are back with another one. Last week we took a little break to drop some different, but today we are back with something new, and I've been testing this build for 2 weeks. And you've seen the title. We're here to talk about that Eagle Bearer. Yes, the godly of goddess guns is finally back, and I believe we made it a little different, similar to how we normally do. If you want to know, it is a health build.
Tell me, he didn't just say that.
You know, but the EB is off the chain, and for people that's thinking the EB is not what it is, this gun surprised me, as you've seen the title, and I'm gonna showcase the build and put your thoughts up, or put your comments how you feel about it. So if you're new, leave a like. If you're a returning person, leave a comment, man. If you a hater, man, you already know my slogan. I'll catch you when I catch you, and who knows, I probably already caught you in the DZ with this EB before. But this is a PvE build. We'll dive into it real quick, so let's get straight to it right here. So if you see now, for the ones that's been following this page, y'all already know, like how I said previously, this is a health build. I am a health player, not really too much into armor, and I believe the EB fits or plays better when it comes to health. And I'm gonna explain that right now. So the reason why I say that, because you see we have all these cores, right? We're gonna get to the specialization soon, but I'm gonna just break this down. The reason why I feel like the EB plays better, because you have more reds, and as you see I have a lot of reds, I don't have a lot of armor. So now we're gonna dive into that. You know, you're looking at the build looking all confused, like what's going on here? Hey, this joint is a slapper. So what we're gonna start with first is the firewall specialization. You could use any specialization as you want, but like I previously said, this is a health build and there's nothing else in the game that gives you back health but firewall or hunter's fury. We ain't using hunters, we're just using firewall. But if you do not want to use firewall, it's going to be a little challenging, but you could also use this specialist, the gunner specialist, just because this specialization has a lot of good perks when it comes to PvE. Like it got armor on kill, which is something that we do have on this build. You have another perk when it comes into every 3 times you reload you get more RPM. It's not really to break this tree down, but if you want to use this, you could use this. But like I said, mainly we went with the firewall specialization because it comes with the best kit in the game that gives you health and armor for 10 seconds. And again, this is a health build. Like I said, it comes with a striker shield, which is what we're using, and it also comes with another perk on when your armor breaks, you put other NPCs on fire, which comes in clutch moments on when you're getting jumped by multiple NPCs. So that's why we went with this. You could choose whatever you want to choose. Next, we're going to talk about the modifiers. I know the season is about to end, and for the ones that's commenting on my videos, oh, you're only doing stuff because the modifiers. The last time I checked, Yannick and the devs added in seasonal modifiers to make us play the game a different way instead of playing with Born Striker. I'm sorry I have to come to striker players. I am not a striker player. That gear set is just, I don't know, it's simple. I like to put myself to challenges. And for the people that come to this page to actually want to challenge yourself to play with unique builds, I'm the guy for that. I always play with non-meta stuff. So for the ones that want to comment and say you're only doing this because of the modifiers, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just playing the game like I'm supposed to do. So I digress with that. Now we're going to talk about the modifiers. And you see we got 30% current RPM bonus, and we have current 28% free damage. I could go clear out a control point to get max 30, but 28 and 30 is not really a big difference. But as you see, we're getting free 30% RPM on all my builds, and we also getting 28% rounded up to 30% free damage added on to what I have on. So you already know the gun is already smacking. Everything RPM, everything is making more sense, right? So next we went with sanitation. Now you could use Zealot. I know a lot of people will say why you're not using Zealot with the Eagle Bearer because of the Eagle Bearer talent. It's just Zealot to me doesn't really last long, and I feel like, yeah, it's good, but I don't like playing with it. I'd rather use sanitation. I'd rather use sanitation when I put people on fire, I get back armor back, and that's what you're going to see what it says right here. Set enemies within a radius on fire while the modifier is active. Each unique enemy set on fire adds 1 stack of sanitation, which grants extra damage to burning enemies up to the maximum 2+ stacks. For each enemy currently burning, repair armor every second. For 3 stacks, critical hits inflict burning on enemies. That's why you see I have a 7% damage stack. It lasts for 55 seconds, cooldown 45 seconds, explosion radius to 20 meters. So you're putting a lot of NPCs on fire from just pressing up on the D-pad. Then we have a max stack of 10, so we're putting 10 NPCs on it. Then we have repairs up to 110. So every time I put an NPC on fire or I shoot a crit, I get 110% healing to my armor back. Like, it's crazy, right? Again, you could use Zealot, but I feel like sanitation has way more to offer. So let's talk about the passive modifiers. You know, I'm gonna say I like to use universal ones, but the mainly one I'm here to talk about is Stepping Stone. Eliminate hostiles, or I should say eliminate assaults with headshots, adds hollow point ammo to your magazine. Hollow point ammo amplifies weapon damage by 20%. So basically just shoot for the head, kill NPCs, or kill the target with a headshot. You get amplified hollow point bullets added onto your build. It might take some time to get used to landing headshots, but it's not that hard. Just practice. That's all I can say. Practice, 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 and you would land them headshots. And when you do, you will be rewarded. I'm telling you, you will definitely be rewarded. Next, we went with Batters up, any grenade within 5 meters of you is destroyed. A cooldown of 30 seconds. Basically like an old school final measure. Comes in clutch in certain situations when you find Black Tusk. When they throwing nades at you and when you ain't got time to pop a kit, this modifier will save you. And then we got Ripper's Tear. When the armor plates breaks on a tank, you basically shoot a weak point on the tank. You break all their armor, which is great for killing tanks. It's great for solo win legendaries because you could just break one tank armor and put others and break all the armor, and you put others on bleed as well. So again, more bleed, amplified bullets. You already see what's going on here, so that's why I went with the passive modifiers. Do the journeys. Again, I know the season's about to end, but I always keep saying this. Every season that come out, do your journeys. It's going to make you have a different experience playing with any different type of build. So next, we're here to talk about, because we're going to talk about the EB, but I'm talking about that gun last, so stay tuned for that. Let's talk about the brand sets, right? Talk about the brand sets. I know there's been only a few pieces to use for health, so I know y'all see me use the same pieces, but I told y'all I'm a health player, so we're going to use 2-piece Palisades like how we previously know. And you know I always say this, we use 2-piece Palisades because it comes with 10% armor on kill. Like how I said, if you want to use Gunner, you could basically get another 10% and you'll have 20% armor on kill. But in this case, we went with Firewall. Like how I said, we got 10% armor on kill, which is good, which is clutch. That comes in moments. Then we got 60% health, which is what we want because there's not really too many pieces that give you health. But we got 60% health. And you see we got Weapon Core, Health, Crit Damage, Crit Chance, Expertise 30 on the HUC. The next, we got a holster, same, Palisades, weapon damage, health, crit damage, expertise 30. So what you want to go with. Next, we went with 3-piece Seska, and the reason why we went with 3-piece Seska is because it's the highest health pool, but it also gives us 8% critical hit chance, 20% hazard protection with 10% hazard protection on your watch, so that's 30%. Then we have 90% health, which I wish there would be a 190 there, but we have the highest health pool, 90%, and we have all res, crit chance, crit damage, and we have a blitzer rate. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, stacks over 20 times. So remember, like I said, you have sanitation. You times this with sanitation, you gain extra damage on top of getting back your health, on top of, well, not back your health, but you gain your health back too for armor on kill and health on kill. And then you also gain tenacity, which we're going to dive into that soon. So you already see the build is going crazy. You're critting, you're getting armor back, you got survivability, and we still got more to go. So let's dive into that real quick too as well. But let's talk about the knee pads. Ain't nothing really different, still the same thing. Crit chance, crit damage, you know, same thing for the glove, crit damage and health. Now, to talk about the other part to be surviving or how you could survive, we're here to talk about the Memento. The Memento. However y'all want to clown me for saying it, you know what I'm saying. So for the ones that want to come in here to talk about how I say it, hey, I say it how I want to. So in this case, I'm saying it the Memento, okay? We're going to talk about the Memento here. So you see this backpack come with 3 cores. We getting extra weapon damage, so which means we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 cores of red. Oh my god, y'all already see we had 1.1 million armor and we had 1 million health. And like how I said, it looks squishy, but it's made like this for a reason, because when you get these procs, you could go god mode. But we're here to talk about the Memento. So you see we got 6 cores. We have an extra armor core as well. That's why we got 1.1, and we have a skill tier, and we got crit hit chance in here as well. And if you don't know what this backpack do, I know a lot of people do, but for the new ones, we can read this very quick. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provide both short and long-term buffs, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. So you basically get 5% weapon damage for every red core, 10% bonus armor for every blue core, and 5% skill efficiency for every yellow core that you have. For every trophy collected, gain additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and plus 0.1 armor regeneration for 300 seconds and maximum stack for 30 stacks. So y'all already see this, bro. We got health, we got tenacity, we got the modifiers, we got sanitation, and we also got the Memento Backpack. giving us extra damage, survivability. Bro, come on, man. I ain't even got to get too much into it. Y'all already know. Y'all already see what is going on here. Y'all already see what's going on here, bro. So we went with this exotic to get some more armor regeneration and just to get a little bit more damage. Obviously, right, we ain't got too many skill, we ain't got no skill tiers for real, so we ain't really getting too much skill efficiency but we're just getting maybe 5% from just having this right here, which ain't doing nothing to the build. But for the ones that have skill tiers, this could actually work for you. Now let's talk about the skills. Like how I said, it went with a striker shield, which comes with the firewall specialization, and we went with a defender drone to be more tankier, so we actually could deflect bullets to make, you know, tenacity seems more godly. But if you want to use a revolver hop, you could do that as well if you're not too experienced with the build. And I'm gonna say that too, this build takes time to play with. It's not one of those regular armor builds where you can just slap on. If you're not a health player, it's going to take time to get used to playing. So before you in the comments trying to troll or whatever, hey, you see it's working for me, so hey, is all I'm gonna say, don't hate the player, man. Don't hate the player, man. You could become just like that too. But let's talk about this EB real quick, and we're gonna wrap this video up. So the EB, one of the best guns. Well, I used to talk trash about it because it was nerf and it was bad, but I found ways to make it godly, and that's what we're here to talk about. So if you want to get this gun, you have to go do the raid, right? Or you could go to the DZ and have, I forgot the chance, probably like a 0.5, I don't know, it's very slim to nothing. But one of my clan members named Frost, he actually got the EB to drop in the DZ, and it's possible, it's true, this gun does drop in the DZ. It's just rare, but it's possible. So we got the EB, you see we got it hitting for 136.41k, Jesus Lord. And we got 30% expertise on it, on top of the 30% from free from the modifier. And then we got a RPM 1105. We got 60 in the mag, which is great for the gun. And you see we got headshot damage, which it ain't really matter all that. And then we got damage to targets out of cover, which is the best of the best stats. But let's read what the Eagle Bearer does. So Eagle Strike, accuracy increases as you continuously fire up to 30% accuracy. So you basically get 30%, you know, accuracy for the shooting. But headshot kills grant tenacity buff for 15 seconds. Remember what I was saying with them hollow points? Every time you get them headshots, you get an amplified damage. So you see with the tenacity, headshot kills grant tenacity buff for 15 seconds. The strength of tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. Tenacity, 40 to 80% damage taken is delayed until the buff is expired. All of the total delayed damage is reduced for each enemy killed while the buff is active up to 100% within 3 kills. So basically, when you get this tenacity proc, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You have a chance to keep the proc going, but if you take a lot of damage and you have this tenacity proc going, and if you do not get that headshot or you don't keep the proc up, you're probably going to hit flatline. So it's like I said, it's high risk, high reward, but the more you play with the weapon, you start to understand how to play with it. And I've been playing with this gun since this gun first came out in the raid back before Warlord. So just slapping this gun on, playing with it again, yeah, it took a little time to get used to, because obviously it works a little bit differently, but kind of the same. But you just got to put the right build, and you got to just know how to play with the build, and you got to just know how to play with the gun itself. And the EB is, I think, is still one of the best ARs in the game. People don't play with it because, like how I said, they have a lot of armor builds, and I feel like the EB works better with less armor. That's why I was saying early on in the video, I feel like if you make a health build with the EB, it works better because you have so much reds and you still have some survivability when it comes to health. Prior to, if you have an armor build, okay, you have high armor, you have high crit chance and crit damage, but your reds is not really making that damage hit hard like how you will see if I have all reds. So that's what I would say about that, on why I feel like the Eagle Bearer works better with red builds. So let's look at the stats real quick. We have 57% crit chance, which is great, and 137 crit damage on top of what we have. I feel like that crit damage is pretty good. 57 crit chance, 137 crit damage. Let's get to the survivability. You see we have 1,000,000 health, health regeneration, armor regeneration plays here, but I haven't killed any NPC and picked up any trophies, but with 1.1 I will be at like 34k armor regen with max memento stack. So again, you're getting regen with survivability, with sanitation, with tenacity, armor on kill. There's a lot of things going on with the build, but you already see how it all works. So yeah, that will basically be it for this build. And the Eagle Bearer is back, and I do have a PvP Eagle Bearer build coming soon. I know a lot of y'all been asking me about PvP. I've been playing PvP, I just really haven't been, you know, posting content, because if you've been in DZ for the last couple of weeks or months, it's been lag switchers and it's kind of hard to really get content how you want to. But this is separate from that. I don't want to make this into a longer video, but yeah, if you're new, leave a like. If you're a returner person, leave a comment. And if you a hater, man, you already know my slogan. I'll catch you when I catch you. And hopefully y'all have an exuberant day, and hopefully y'all enjoy this build. And if y'all got an EB, let me know what's your favorite build to run with the EB, and maybe I'll try it out. So hey man, it's your boy K. Stay safe out there, y'all. Peace.